Could you imagine what it would be like to have to live your life without any light?
When it gets dark in Africa, it gets very dark.
When you go into communities that represent 2/3 to 3/4 of the population of Africa, these communities have no access to electricity.
We have not been given what we call rural electrification.
So in a community that has no lighting, or the only lighting that they do have is either from what they call candles, the little kerosene lamps or paraffin lamps,
which is the predominant source of lighting, very little and very poor lighting.
It's almost impossible to read by. And so think about the children. It's dark and they can't study. And so they are at a huge disadvantage. In Kenya, the normal way people cook is with wood.
Where's all this wood coming from?
The forests are being chopped down.
People by the tens of thousands are going out every day with machetes and hacking down trees.
And deforestation is happening, so the people are having to go farther and farther and farther to get wood.
The burden of the woman is extremely heavy.
These women were suffering.
A woman gets up very early in the morning, probably by this time, to arrive back from the forest.
It's a long journey.
A distance of about 5 to 7 kilometers away.
They go there, they chop. It takes almost 8 hours.
2 or 3 times a week.
When they are coming from the forest, they try so much to carry a heap, which would really make her tired.
Because they have been walking long distances.
Reaching home, you are supposed to cook. Here, men don't cook. They just wait for you to cook.
It takes them hours to prepare a meal in something that we would do in 15 minutes. The smoke in the houses, they're living and breathing this smoke. If you look at the roofs of their thatched homes, they're covered with soot, so they're breathing that soot in.
Most of our people have been having effect.
It damages the lungs. The person cannot breathe properly.
And I've even seen it where kids wake up with soot around their nostrils, either from the fires or from the paraffin lanterns.
Which gives unhealthy conditions.
They have toddlers that are walking around these open flames.
There's a child down here who was burned with the fire.
Eunice, as a young girl, was burned badly.
I was putting some maize cobs in the fire and then I fell into the fire. It took her a very long time to heal up.
And as another young girl,
I was very young.
Was badly burned on the side of her head.
I was living in a thatched roofed house and we used to cook food using firewood.
Miezi mitatu.
The house we used to live in, there was just a curtain. So it is the firewood that caught the curtain, so eventually the whole house burned down. It has been just difficult for her with the peer group because they laugh at her that she's ugly, she has a deformed hand. So we are very much afraid with the firewood.
The circle of light began as I was flying from Amsterdam to Nairobi, Kenya. And in the middle of the night, I looked out the window where millions and millions of people live, and I didn't see a single light.
Circle of Light is a full circle approach to providing affordable energy for people living in the rural areas of developing countries.
There are 2 pieces. One piece is lighting, the other piece is cooking.
The energy source is propane.
These gas are save us very more.
It's essentially a Coleman 2-burner cook stove. For the lighting, we use 12-volt lighting in the home.
It's very nice when you put it on light.
The question is, well, how do you use propane for lighting? Well, the propane is used by way of a propane-powered generator that charges batteries.
You can use this battery 1 month.
But if you think about what a woman can do when she's not spending her whole day gathering firewood. I don't think we can even imagine what impact that will have over time.
Nimefaulu kupata hii kitu kwa sababu I received a cooking kit and lighting kit, and it has really helped me.
Hiyo itakuwa nzuri kwa sababu sasa the cooking stove will save me a lot of time where I go to fetch firewood from a forest,
which would take me from morning to around 4. So this one is just switching on and there is fire. They are very much quick.
And it also cooks faster than the firewood.
And they are clean.
You drink the tea by the gas cylinder. It tastes very delicious, very sweet.
You think about health and the children and the impact that will have on the kids long term.
Some people are enjoying now these clean homes, free of smoke.
There is no smoke. Even the house, at least the atmosphere is good.
Or she doesn't have to worry about her kids falling into the fires.
It has really changed my life. I'm happy.
You know, I'm a teacher. This one has helped me so much. So this one I can continue doing my schemes of work up to even midnight.
And then also I can even do my work in the night. I can get the light at night, cook in the house, even do some housework.
The opportunities for the children now who will be able to compete.
They use during the night to study their books.
Children are enjoying reading.
It has helped even my children during the night preps. At least they can do their preps, and I can see the performance has improved.
The people that live in town and us, we are the same.
When we move into a community, we have what we call a launch.
Quite a big ceremony.
It is an enormous event.
Tents and balloons and speakers and guests.
The number of people is amazing.
And it's a gigantic day of celebration.
When they actually come to pick up their in-home systems, it's almost that they can't wait.
And the joy is immeasurable. And so when it's all passed out and people begin to head home, you see women carrying batteries on their heads. You see them strapping propane tanks to the back of their bicycles. They're heading home, getting ready for that first night when they can cook in their homes with modern energy and lighting their homes for the first time ever.
You can't walk past the needs of people and ignore it.
A large part of discipleship is actually meeting people's needs. The people make an instinctive connection to God.
Now, because of this project, it will also serve as an encouragement to the non-believers.
When we bring the light, people think they are going to get light, that they are going to have the light in their houses. But the light we mean is the light of Jesus.
We shall share with them about the kingdom of heaven.
And most of the people are now changing from the traditional way of life, the Christian way of life.
The first day after we handed out the lighting and cooking kits in Matumbe, that was on a Saturday.
And then on a Sunday, I got a shock when the chief called me, Nathan, can you believe what has happened today? He said today 30 people gave their lives to Christ.
Because they said, we now know he cares. One of the things that we do when we come into a community is to set up a communication center. The centerpiece of that communication center is a TV VCR.
We are in remote areas. At the first, people are not seeing videos.
When there was a video TV, we just put on and then people come and see.
And if you have a TV VCR, you can bring in the best teachers in the world. And the first teacher we bring in is Jesus. At the launch in Kiminini, one of the special things of that day was to go into the communication center when all the activity is happening outside and seeing the group of people watching Jesus speaking their own language, and they watched for 2 hours and didn't move.
What we are doing, we believe God has a master plan behind it.
God is really doing it.
God has done wonders.
For the first time, I've seen him work.
We are seeing fruits.
This is good.
It is unbelievable to see what God's orchestrating on the continent of Africa right now.
I think God is ready to explode. It's just the beginning.
We could be in not just tens, not just hundreds, we could be in thousands of rural communities.
I'm getting calls from Uganda government. I'm getting calls from Rwanda. And everybody's saying we have never seen such a thing in the world. They can't believe it.
It changes the whole sense of self-worth in a community. What we're really doing is coming around the full circle of socioeconomic issues to try to lift up an entire community.
New ideas are coming that they never knew they had ideas.
It is uplifting them.
I would say to the man who brought the cooking stoves to Kenya that he has lifted our standards.
We have long-term benefits which may accrue.
They are seeing a new hope. That nothing again could stop them from seeing it.
It's just a God's miracle through you, the people of the United States of America.
I'm so grateful to be part of it. So grateful.
It is something good. Yeah, it is very nice.
And I'm calling everybody that our other brothers who are in darkness may see light.
We have been uplifted. We have been pulled from dark to the light now.
The Circle of Light doesn't require fine-tuning for each community. It just requires the funding to be able to expand it.
Like the people who are benefiting now are few.
If I had the cooking stove when my daughter was 3 months old, my daughter would not have burned, and then my daughter would be feeling much better about herself.
Very simply, what we need is $250 per home. $250 per home changes a household forever. But at $250 per household, we will just march and march and march across the continent of Africa.